Staffers in a group home restrain a teenager. It's unclear why this is happening, but residents in the house say staffers grabbed the teen because he tried to leave the building. Young people tell us the atmosphere is chaotic here at Gramercy residence. The small building in the East 20s is supposed to be a safe haven for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender foster kids. They're placed here by New York City's Administration for Children's Services.
Like a urban soap opera, just like there's no professionalism at all.
Young people allege inappropriate behavior by staffers, including physical, sexual, and financial mismanagement, as well as failure to help kids who are leaving foster care. But back to this video given to us by a resident concerned about the potential danger.
From when I've been in Gramercy, I've seen all type of restraints where kids got hurt,
Head
staff
put to the
got
wall.
hurt.
18-year-old Dakari lived at Gramercy for a year and a half. He says his friend Ronald was one of the kids he saw restrained.
I was a witness to that, and it made me, I cried.
One of the staff just grabbed me by my, like, he kind of grabbed me, like, right here, like, on my chest, but more like my throat, and just slammed me on the floor. And then that's when, like, 4 or 5 other staff just got on top of me.
The use of restraints on children is extremely dangerous.
Judy Yu of the Correctional Association of New York didn't comment about specific allegations, but as an advocate for LGBT teens, she did tell us what should and should not be done.
Every effort should be made to de-escalate a situation, to resolve a situation without use of any kind of force, including restraints.
Yet kids at Gramercy residents say restraint seems like the go-to policy. Antonio says he struggled with a staffer who tried to restrain him when he took food after mealtime.
He smacked the plate of food out of my hand and he was trying to restrain me.
Restraint isn't the only problem at this group home run by Green Chimneys, a not-for-profit foster care agency. Green Chimneys' website says it aims to offer a structured and supervised home-like environment. But behind closed doors, it's apparently another story.
See, they treat the kids like they're a zoo.
I feel like they're not doing enough to evaluate these staff.
25 young people live here. Many are throwaway kids. Their families don't want them because of their sexuality, and the alternative is homelessness. 18-year-old Antonio's mother is dead, and he hasn't talked to his father in a year.
A lot of people hear it, you don't know what you have until you lose everything. People don't realize how real that could be.
LGBT homelessness is such a big problem, the White House organized a conference recently in which the director of Green Chimneys' LGBT programs participated.
We know that 20 to 40% of homeless youth are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender.
Advocates think of group homes as a solution. Taxpayer dollars support group homes like Gramercy, which should protect kids. A recent filing in 2009 shows Gramercy received more than $22 million in government funding. Yet safety is questionable when kids allege that staffers take advantage sexually. Dakari says he had 2 encounters.
He actually like brushed across me, like kind of caressed me a little bit. And, you know, I'm like, no, this is not right. You're not supposed to do this.
A staffer had sexual intercourse with Dakari.
I didn't report it, but my first encounter with another staff member, I did. And I actually reported it to the assistant director. And
What was your first encounter?
my first encounter was, I was intoxicated. The staff member was intoxicated as well.
The second encounter was also sexual intercourse. Dakari says that one of the staffers was eventually fired for another offense, but Green Chimneys would not confirm that. Green Chimneys refused to talk to us and referred us to the Administration for Children's Services. Antonio says another staffer touched him inappropriately.
He was one of the people who would just smack you on the butt just for the hell of it. And that wasn't good. And I told the second floor what was going on. I told the director, I told all of them. I'm like, you got to get this guy out of here.
70% of LGBT kids in group homes say they have been abused by staff or another kid, and the abuse often goes unreported, according to the National Center for Lesbian Rights. Ronald has memories of being molested at home when he was young. He was very upset when he says another young person sexually assaulted him at Gramercy when he was 15 and a half.
I just lost my mind because it's like it happened to me the second time and I couldn't stop it. So now, like, I just went into this real depression mode. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, I was crying all the time.
Ronald says staffers failed to protect him after the assault.
I had actually went to the director at the time, who was the director, and the person was just like, you know, why would you want to do that to this person? They're aging out.
Aging out is how social workers describe what happens when someone in foster care turns 21 and leaves state care. Group homes like Gramercy are supposed to prepare kids for independent living. Regulations say that young people should learn to manage money through state-funded stipends and allowances.
The state requires you to get a stipend, and what Gramercy did was, if you didn't go to your medical appointments, you didn't get no stipend.
Agencies can require kids to do chores and follow rules to get allowance and stipends of up to $40 a month.
Take from this, take from that, take from this, and before you know it, you're out a lot of money.
Allowances can be withheld, but kids must get the full amount when they leave the agency according to New York State regulations. But when Dakari left to go to another group home, he says he left with nothing.
I didn't receive a check from Gramercy when I left.
Dakari is in a new group home that offers more support. But Ronald reached 21 while in Gramercy residence and says he aged out with nothing.
No, I did not. I didn't get no money when I aged out. None.
Maybe worse, Ronald is now on his own without resources.
I should have not had my bags on a step where staff was sitting there laughing at me in my face on my birthday.
New York State Regulation 430, Section 12 required Gramercy to ensure Ronald received financial and housing assistance before he left. But Ronald isn't blameless. He failed to show up for scheduled appointments. Advocates say it's the responsibility of a place like Gramercy Residence and Green Chimneys to make sure a kid like Ronald does not end up homeless.
Every residential setting with youth in its care has a responsibility to ensure that the child is protected and safe while in their care, and that they are supported robustly to be able to exit the system and be independent.
ACS wouldn't talk to us on camera, but in an email said the Administration for Children's Services is aware of the allegations that have been made, and we are actively investigating these matters. We take any allegation of impropriety very seriously and are committed to seeing that all young people in foster care are treated with respect and are provided a safe and supportive environment. We will take whatever steps necessary to address any improprieties that may be found. Adeline Maldonado, City Limits.